Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to the 16th lecture on report writing skills. Dear students, in this lecture we will together learn how to go for Mla referencing style in your reports. There are many referencing styles available, and as I told you in the last lecture that the definition of a report is that it is an impartial and objective collection of facts. I repeat, the definition of report is it is an impartial and objective collection of facts. Now there are three terms: impartial, objective, then facts. Now dear students, the point is this: what makes anything a fact? Anything that is having a proof for its authenticity, that whatever is being quoted, whatever is being said, it's true, and you are providing a proof for it, then you call it a fact. If there is anything in your report, any information given, which is not a universal truth, or which is not something on which the entire humanity agrees, rather which is something, a judgment and information on the basis of your speculation, then dear students, that is not a fact. Now the point is this: what should be done in order to get the reports converted into something which are having facts in them? These are the references. Whatever information you are giving, new information you are giving or launching in your report, for that particular information you are supposed to provide a reference. And if you provide a valid reference, then your information then is nominated as a fact, as a valid information. So there are some procedures that should be followed in order to properly give the references of the different pieces of information that you are sharing with your audience, with your readers, with your receivers. We will be picking up two main styles. One is the Mla referencing style, and the other one is the APA referencing style. Dear students, we will start today with Mla referencing style, that how to give the reference of different pieces of information or quotations in your that you add to your report through Mla referencing style. Remember one thing, dear students, as you can see on the screen, there are always two things. One is the in-text reference, in-text citation, and the parallel to it is the bibliography, or the references or the works quoted in the end of your report, works cited. What is in-text citation? Have a look kindly on this book. For example, there is something over here in the text of the book that you are quoting. Now you want to give its reference. Now you are going to do two things. One, giving the hint of the reference over here with the text and that is called the in-text citation. Citation that is given inside the main text, and then on the basis of that in-text citation, your reader can go back to the last pages and will find the work cited in this shape. I repeat again, there are two things. One is the in-text citation, and the other one is the end page references, the bibliography or the work cited list. And the difference between the two is one is present inside the text, and the exact parallel detailed information of that citation is present at the end of the report. And inside the text, I told you, and it will be shown to you on the slides as well. It's here in the text, and then at the end it is shown in this format. Okay, dear students, kindly have a look on the screen. We will be talking about the basic in-text citation rules first in MLA format. There is one style that is called the parenthetical style that is normally followed while you are giving the in-text citation through the Mla referencing style. There is, say, some information that you are sharing, or you are sharing with the readers some quotation. Now in both the cases, the through the parenthetical style, the in-text citation is placed in the exactly adjacent to that quote or to that information in parentheses, small brackets, parentheses. Kindly have a look on the screen. Now, what type of information is required over here in this parenthetical area in text citation through MLA? It depends on many things. One, which sources, kindly have a look on the screen, which sources are you consulting? Is it a DVD, electronic media, or print media? Then, which order are you, which style are you giving the detailed information of that in-text citation over there in the on the last reference page? Then, remember one thing, dear students, if you can see on the screen that whatever style of in-text citation you are adopting in this parenthetical mode, the first thing that appears after the beginning of the parenthetical information, that first thing should appear at the left margin, should also be the first thing towards the left margin of the main references. I repeat, for example, there is a word after the parenthesis. This is, kindly have a look, this is a parenthesis opening, and here the first word is human, and comma 1990 or 325, and it closes. Now if you want to check, go back to the main references and check its detailed data over there, then human should be the first word in the detailed reference as well. Okay, dear students, in in-text citation through MLA format, first we will be discussing the author page style. As you can see on the screen, how do you do that? You write the author's name after the opening parenthesis and the last name of the author. For example, I am Sadia Siddiq, then my last name would appear Siddiq, comma, page number 230, and the parenthesis will close. Let us see, are we having any example? Here, dear students, on the screen you can see Wordsworth, sorry there is no comma by the way before the page number, Wordsworth, page 263, and you are not writing P over here as well. Kindly have a close look. The statement is, romantic poetry is characterized by the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Now some quotation of Wordsworth was quoted over here, and you want to give or create an in-text citation for this quotation, and through following the MLA format style, that would be opening parenthesis, then Wordsworth 263, and then the closing parenthesis. The name, it was William Wordsworth, if you remember. The poet's name was William Wordsworth. You will not pick up William over here. the last name of the author will be picked up. Wordsworth 263, then parenthesis closes. If, dear students, the situation is such that you yourself in the sentence are saying that Wordsworth stated the romantic poetry was marked by spontaneous overflow of feelings. Look, you have already mentioned the name of the author in the sentence. Here, the same statement in a different way. Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Now here, have a look on the screen. You have already mentioned the name. When you have already mentioned, the name of the author in the text, then when you will be creating the in-text citation in such a situation, you will only be writing the page number in the parenthesis. So here, page number, if you can see on the screen, I'm highlighting it for you, 263 was given in parenthesis as an in-text citation. Okay. Now, dear students, when the authors will like to confirm whether this information given is authentic or not, they can straight away go back to the references where the detailed name of the book and other things would be available, and then through that information they can access page number 263, and there they can locate whether this information is actually present over there or not. So that this can be verified. And here they will be finding, kindly have a look, they will find it over there in the bibliography page like this: Wordsworth, William, Lyrical Ballads, the name of the book, London, Oxford, UP, 1967, print. We will be in detail discussing how this information was arranged. At the moment, we are simply discussing the in-text citation, but since I want to show you what parallel information the in-text citation will be giving you over there on the references page, then what shape you will be finding it on the bibliography or the work cited or the references page, this would be the shape available here. Wordsworth, remember one thing, the last name is appearing first. Wordsworth, William, Lyrical Ballads, London, Oxford, UP, 1967, print. I am again moving it up and down for you. Kindly have a look. Here, dear students, one way we are discussing author page style. I am highlighting it for you. For different formats of in-text citation through MLA referencing, one of the styles is author page style. And this is one example in front of you. Then, dear students, the other example over here in front of you. And here, dear students, kindly have a look. I did not discuss it with you. In the above two examples, if you see that there was a part of the exact words and quote of William Wordsworth over here, spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings, that was written in inverted commas, but this can also be written in this way. Kindly have a look. Wordsworth extensively explored the role of emotion in the creative process. Now you are using your own words. Their part of the sentence were your words, part of the sentence were the words of Wordsworth directly. Here you are directly using your own words. Wordsworth extensively explored the role of emotion in the creative process. And since you have already mentioned the name of Mr. Wordsworth over here, you will not be repeating the name in the parenthetical in-text citation, simply giving the page number. And this is the way it will be appearing on the detailed references work cited or the bibliography page. Okay, dear students, now we will be discussing the in-text citation for the print sources, as you can see on the screen, with known author. Yes. Here, dear students, in-text citation for print sources with known author. So what to do? Have a look, dear students. Human beings have been described by Kenneth, this is Brooke or Burke, by Kenneth Burke as symbol using animals. 3. Human beings have been described as symbol using animals. Kindly have a look, dear students, again. The same style. We are picking up the last name of the author. The Kenneth, it was Kenneth Burke, but you will not be writing, you will not be picking up the first name of the author Kenneth, right? Kindly have a look on the screen. You will be picking up the second name of the author, that is Burke, for creating your in-text citation. So if the sentence is appearing like this, human beings have been described by Kenneth Burke as symbol using animals, now you are simply again putting in the parenthesis the page number. Then, dear students, human beings have been described as symbol using animals. Here, when you are not mentioning the name of the author in the main sentence, that means you will be mentioning the name of the author by picking up the last name of the author's name and then giving the page number. Burke 3. 3 is the page number and Burke is the last name of the author whose complete name is Kenneth Burke. Kindly have a look on the screen. I'm scrolling it down and up for you. Remember one thing, dear students, you will be adopting this style for referring to the authors of the book, then any articles, authors of any articles of any magazine, then authors of any scholarly, any articles again in any scholarly journal, then for any articles, authors of any articles in the newspaper, as you can see on the screen. And the same style can be followed in each of the 4 examples given: books, magazines, scholarly journals and newspapers. Okay, dear students, now remember one thing, as I told you in the above example, in the while we were started it with the in-text citation author page style, that I told you that the way, if this is the first thing, kindly have a look on the screen, the first thing that is appearing over here in the parenthesis is Burke, B-U-R-K-E, Burke. Now if you if the reader should go back to the references page or the work cited page or the bibliography page, the first thing that your reader should find towards the left margin for the detailed reference of this in-text citation should be B-U-R-K-E. So let us see here. Yes, I'm highlighting it for you. Burke Kenneth. Here, Burke Kenneth, language as symbolic action, colon, essays on life, literature and method. Berkeley colon U of California P 1966 dot print. We will be in detail discussing the how to go for the detailed references. At the moment we are simply going for in-text citation and trying to show you in parallel how the detailed reference of an in-text citation and a report should look like. One thing is for sure, that the first information that is appearing after the parenthesis of the in-text citation should be the first information, or the first word appearing in the detailed reference over there in the end towards the left margin. Let's move forward, dear students. At the moment we were discussing the situation in which you were creating the in-text citation for the print sources with known authors. Now we will be discussing the in-text citation through MLA style for unknown authors. Dear students, then if you are not having the name, kindly have a look on the screen. If you are not having the name of the author available, then what else are you having as something available? You might be having the title of the article available to you. If author is not available, then you are supposed to, you are not left with any other choice. You are left with only one choice of picking up the title of that article as that thing that you would be adding up in your in-text citation. So if you are creating the title for a short work, for example, if it is simply an article, then you can italicize it. You can write it in a slanting fashion. And if you are picking up the title of a longer work for your in-text citation, like plays, books, television shows and entire websites, then you can be using the quotation marks as well. I'm sorry, exact opposite to it. If you are having the shorter work, then you are going to use the quotation marks. And if you are having some longer work for which you are creating a title, for which you are picking up the title for your in-text citation, there you will be italicizing it. I repeat, what is meant by a shorter work, what is meant by a longer work? Dear students, article is something which is short. A play is something which is something very long. Then similarly, an entire website is a long data. And television shows is again a longer data. So for a longer data, you are basically recommended to italicize it, the titles of the longer data. And for a shorter one, in the in-text citation, you are recommended to use the quotation marks. Let us see. And dear students, we are discussing a situation in which you are not having the author's name available to you. And when author's name is not available to you, then you are going to pick up the title of a particular article, a play, a drama, a website for your in-text citation. So here is an example in front of you. Let me read it out for you and highlight it for you. Here we see so many global warming. This is one part, say, of one portion of your report. We see so many global warming hotspots in North America, likely because this region has more readily accessible climatic data and more comprehensive programs to monitor and study environmental change. Now this is an information that is being given, that is being shared, and to create an in-text citation for this information given, the author's name is not available, so they would be picking up the title's name. The title was Impact of Global Warming 6, and it is in quotation marks, inverted commas. and we discussed that you will be picking up the inverted commas in which situation where the work to which you are referring is a shorter one, might be an article. And 6 over here refers to the page number. 6 over here refers to the page number. Have a look on the screen kindly again. Okay, dear students, as we discussed, there is one basic rule that whether you pick up the author's name for your in-text citation or you pick up the name of the article for your in-text citation, the first word that appears, the first information that appears in the in-text citation should be the first thing that should be appearing in the referencing page, reference page, the cited, work cited page, the bibliography page. Let us see if the reference of this in-text citation is seen in the last page, what should it look like? Here, dear students, in front of you on the screen. This was the first information given in the in-text citation, which the impact of global warming in North America. Look, dear students, here impact of global warming. The entire title was not picked up. Shortened form of the title was picked up. But it's enough to give the reader a direct hint to the detailed information at the work cited page, the reference page, bibliography page. So there it is looking like this. Kindly have a look on the screen. The impact of global warming in North America. Then this was in inverted commas. Global warming colon early signs.1999.web 23rd of March 2009. I think, dear students, it's quite clear till this point. Now we will be moving on to the next situation of creating the in-text citation through MLA style. Well, dear students, you might be aware of one thing, that sometimes the same book is appearing in many editions: first edition, second edition, third edition, fourth edition, fifth edition, sixth edition, and seventh edition. So you are also giving in author page style, you are giving the page number as well. So the page number, that is the information that is given in page number. Listen to me carefully, that the information which is given on any book, say on page 7 of first edition, you will not be finding the same information in the second edition on the same page. And again, you will not be finding the same information on the same page in the third edition. So how to cater with such difficulties? Let us see. As you can see on the screen, author page citation for classic and literary work with multiple editions. Here, dear students, in front of you, what should be added? Here, there are different hints available in addition to, kindly have a look on the screen, in addition to the page number. For example, volume number, for example, the chapter number, for example, part and the book or paragraph number. So, dear students, if with the page number you want to give a more authentic information to your reader, you can add up these different hints with the page number. That means one more information is added in order to clearly give to the reader what exactly is the location of a particular piece of information shared with him or her. Let us see. Marx and I am highlighting it for you. Kindly have a look on the screen. Marx and Engels described human history as marked by class struggles. Now here it is 79 colon chapter dot 1. Right, dear students? So you have mentioned the chapter over here, but you have, after you have mentioned the chapter over here, there is one more thing that you would be adding, not over here, to the detailed references in the end. That is the edition number. Chapter number is not enough to give you the information about the edition of the book. So that information will be added in the detailed reference on the works cited reference or bibliography page. And remember one thing, dear students, after this page number, when you want to give an additional information like colon, chapter, volume, book, it is, as I am highlighting in front of you on the screen, it should be separated with a semicolon, dot, comma, semicolon. After the CH, or there must be a single dot. Kindly have a look on the screen, a single dot and then the number. If it's part, then PT, then a dot. If it's BK, then book, VK, then the dot. And if it is volume, then VOL, then dot. And if it is section, SAC, then dot. Which if it is a paragraph, then PAR and then dot over here. Page number, semicolon, then whatever information you want to add over here, chapter, part, book, volume, after that would be a dot and the number of the chapter, of the volume, of the paragraph, not of the page. Okay. Yes. Then how to go for in-text citation, dear students, through MLA format. As you can, if kindly have a look on the screen, if you are having the authors with the same last names, for example, if I am Sadia Siddiq, then you are Aisha Siddiq, then there is another person Fatma Siddiq, then there is another person Uruj Siddiq. Now through MLA is in-text citation, you are supposed to pick up the last name of the author through author page style. The all will be Siddiq.65, Siddiq.65, Siddiq.65. Then how would the reader discriminate which Siddiq is this? Sadia Siddiq, Amara Siddiq, Aruj Siddiq. So there must be some procedure in order to distinguish between the authors whose last name is same. Let us see what is it saying. Here in front of you, kindly have a look. Although some medical ethicists claim that cloning will lead to designer children, then here for this information, dear students, we are having an author whose last name is Miller. Next, others note that the advantages of medical research outweigh this consideration. Here again we are having the author whose last name is Miller. Now, how to distinguish between these two authors? The procedure is you will be picking up the initials of the first names of these two authors. Initials of the first names of these two authors. For example, if Sadia Siddiq, then S capital dot Siddiq. So dear students, kindly have a look on the screen. You can see we are discussing how to go for the in-text citation of the writers having the same last names. So the thing which is recommended is that in addition to the last name of the author, you can add the initials of the first names of the authors in order to distinguish between the two. For example, have a look on the screen. What is written over here? Although I am repeating the example for you. Although some medical ethicists claim that cloning will lead to designer children, R. Miller 12, others note that the advantages of medical research outweigh this consideration. Then again, it's A. Miller 46. A. Miller 46. Now, dear students, over here the last name of the author is same, Miller. And in order to distinguish between these two same last names, you are adding up the initials of the first name. Over here, R, what is meant by initial? The first capital, the first letter of the first name of the writer. Sadia Siddiq, then Sadia, the initial for the name Sadia is S capital dot Siddiq 12 in parenthesis. So this is R capital, and over here it is, kindly have a look on the screen, A capital Miller. Now dear students, this way you are distinguishing between the authors having the same last name, but there might be some authors who are sharing the same initials as well of the first name. So there you can use full names in the in-text citation along with the page number, means Sadia Siddiq, whatever the page number is, 12 in parenthesis. Okay. Now dear students, let us move to the next situation in which we will be discussing how through MLA in-text citations you will be citing a work by multiple authors. So have a look on the screen. The example is in front of you. Tighter gun control in United States erodes Second Amendment rights. Here, dear students, you are having 3 authors over here, and the authors are Smith, Young and Moore. If you are having 3 or fewer authors, for example 2 or 3 authors, then you will be writing the last names of the 3 authors all in the in-text citation as is highlighted in front of you. For example, have a look. Tighter gun control in United States erodes Second Amendment rights. Then parenthesis opens up, Smith, Young, Moore, and first 2 last names of the authors are separated by commas, whereas before the third name you will be putting and before and there is a comma, as you can see on the screen. Here, Smith, after Smith is comma, then Young, and after Young is comma, and then and Moore 76 in parenthesis. This is the in-text citation in MLA format for having authors more than 1. If you are having 2 authors, then you will be giving the names of both, the last names of both the authors in the in-text citation, and if you are having 3 authors, then again you will be giving the last names of the 3 authors over here in the in-text citation along with the page number. Then we move next. Kindly have a look on the screen, dear students. If, dear students, you are having more than 3 authors, this might be the case. You are having 4 authors, 5 authors, 6 authors. Then of course sometimes, of course it's not possible for you to allocate that much space over there in the in-text citation for that many number of authors. There must be a shortcut, there must be a short way of doing that for going for the in-text citation in such a situation. And that situation is, you will be beginning with the last name of the first author, and after that you write et all dot. Kindly have a look on the screen. The written is, for a source with more than 3 authors, use the work's bibliographic information as a guide for your citation. Provide the first author's last name followed by et al dot, or list all the last names. You are having 2 options: listing all the last names, if you think that you can allocate that much space, and if you're not having that much space, then the last name of the first author, after that et all dot. Here, dear students, in front of you, kindly have a look. Let me read it out for you, how the in-text citation for 4 authors is being created through Mla format. John's et al dot and counter Smith, Yang and Murray's argument by noting that the current spike in gun violence in America compels lawmakers to adjust gun laws. I repeat, Jones et al. Here, have a look. Jones et al. Counter Smith, Yang and Murray's argument by noting that the current spike in gun violence in America compels lawmakers to adjust gun laws. Then in the parentheses you can see it's only the page number 4, because over here I'm highlighting this portion, Jones et al. Dot. It has shown it has given the writer a hint that these are with this name they will be finding all the writers of this particular information being given in this portion of your report. See, if they go back to the references to the cited work or the bibliography, they will find the detailed reference beginning with Jones and then listing in detail, or not listing in detail, the rest of the writers. It might be present over there in the references, in the bibliography or the work cited in this shape as well, but Jones will surely be present, because the word with which the in-text citation is shown over here in the main text, the same word should be the first word of the main detailed reference over there in the cited work. There is one more way to give the same statement. Kindly have a look. We are talking about when you are having more than 3 authors. Legal experts counter Smith. Let me highlight it for you. Legal experts counter Smith, Yang and Murray's argument by noting that the current spike in gun violence in America compels lawmakers to adjust gun laws. Now over here, Jones et al. Dot 4. 4 is the page number. Dear students, this is another way to go for the in-text citation where you are having more than 3 authors. One more way, dear students, to say the same thing. Have a look on the screen. Let me highlight it for you. It says Jones, Driscoll. Now here, dear students, in this statement all the 4 authors are being named with their last names, and as I told you, there are 2 ways. One, you will name the last names of all the authors, or you can pick up the last name of only the first author and then after it simply write et all dot. But here this is the 3rd way to write the same thing, where you are picking up the last names of all the 4 authors. Jones, Driscoll, Eckerson and Bell. Counter Smith, Yang and Murray's argument by noting that the current spike in gun violence in America compels lawmakers to adjust gun laws. And in bracket it's 4 page number. Here, have a look, dear students. Jones, last name of the first writer, then Driscoll, last name of the second author, then Eckerson, last name of the third author, and then Bell, last name of the fourth author. They counter somebody's argument. They're speaking against somebody's argument. Now these somebodies are not the authors, they're simply referring to their argument over here. Do not confuse these names with these names. These Smith, Yang and Murray's are simply being picked up for nominating the names of those against which these 4 authors are speaking. This one, let me highlight it for you again. Jones, Driscoll, Eckerson and Bell. Dear students, we have discussed in this portion. I am scrolling it down and up again for you how to cite a work by multiple authors, 2 authors, 3 authors, more than 3 authors. If 3, then you can name the give the last names of all the 3 authors, and the last of these 3 names would be separated by and. Here, Smith, Yang and Murray, 76. If more than 3 authors, then you are having 2 choices. Either you name them all through picking up their last names, or beginning up or picking up only the last name of the first author and then giving adjacent to it et all dot. Yes. Now dear students, how to cite multiple works by the same author. We are discussing the in-text citation in which you are referring to the multiple works by the same author. Have a look. Let me read it out for you. Leitner has argued that computers are not useful tools for small children. Now it's in parenthesis too soon, plus it's having the quotation marks 38, though, then comma, though he has acknowledged elsewhere that early exposure to computer games does lead to better small motor skill development in child's 2nd and 3rd year. Over here in bracket, hand-eye development in inverted commas, 17 is the page number, parenthesis closed and full stop. Yes. Dear students, there are 2 things. We are discussing what if you are creating the citation for more than 1 work of the same author, then you can refer to the name of the article, the title of the article, or the title of the book by the author. If it's an article, then you will be using the name in inverted commas. If it's a book by the author, then you will be simply writing in italic form. And here, these are the 2 articles by the same author whose name is Leitner in front of you. And then for creating the in-text citation for the works, more than 2 works or more than 1 work of the same author, you pick up the shortened name, or if the name itself is short already, then the name in the case of the article in inverted commas, then page number, right? And if it's a book, you will not be using the inverted commas, then you will be for the title of the book, you will be using what? You will be using it the italicized form, the italics, writing the name in italics over there in parenthesis. Here dear students, look, have a look. Too soon, 38. Too soon is the name of the article by Mr. Leitner. And since it's the name of the article, it is in inverted. Recommendation for the name of the article is that it should be in inverted commas, and then 38 is the page number. And over here, hand-eye development. 17, again this is the name of the article by the same writer, Lightner, and the page number is 17, and it is having the inverted commas because it's the name of the article, quotation marks. Now let us move to the example of two or more books. We were discussing two or more books by the same articles by the same author. Now we are discussing two or more books by the same author. Above example was that of the articles, two or more articles by the same author, and this one would be the example of two or more books by the same author. Here in text citation for two or more books by the same author. Have a look. Let me highlight it for you. Murray states that writing is a process that varies with our thinking style. Then parenthesis starts, write to learn 6, parenthesis closed. Now you can see that this is not enclosed in inverted commas, but it is written in italic, tilted, slanted, italicized, because it's the name of a book. The next, additionally, Murray argues that the purpose of writing is to carry ideas and information from the mind of one person into the mind of another. Then the parenthesis starts, a writer teaches writing, and 3. A writer teaches writing again is the name of the book. Therefore, it is not enclosed in inverted commas. It is written in italics. And then 3 is the page number. Now these are Write to Learn and A Writer Teaches Writing. These are the two books of the same author, Murray. And we are discussing how you should be citing multiple works by the same author through MLA format. Then, dear students, in the above two examples we discussed those written styles in which the author's name was mentioned in the sentence, not in the parenthesis. So if you do not want to mention the author's name in the sentence and you want to include the author's name also in the parenthesis, how to do it? Here, this. Visual studies, because it is such a new discipline, may be too easy. Then the parenthesis starts, Elkins, the name of the writer, the last name of the writer, comma, visual studies, that means it's an article because it's in inverted commas. Then 63, parenthesis closed. Author's name over here, dear students, kindly have a look. This is author's name. Then the article's name. And why do I say that it's an article? Because the recommendation is that whenever there is something, the name is in inverted commas, it's normally the name of an article. Then 63 is the page number. So dear students, this was the citing multiple works by the same author. We are still not done with the in-text citation styles with MLA format. In the next lecture we will be continuing with more details regarding the same thing, that is how to go for in-text citations of different things in MLA format. Till that, thank you so very much. Take care. May Allah bless you in all the good things. Assalamu alaikum.